Testing. Hello. Okay, guys, this is pretty off the cuff because the news came last night as I was about to go out that Demna has been appointed the new artistic director of Gucci. So this sent shockwaves into the fashion industry and obviously into my life because Balenciaga has been a huge part of my life since Demna started there. So I'm just going to break it down, go through some thoughts, some feelings, some questions, and just talk it out, really. It sounds quite ridiculous, really, isn't it? That like someone changing their job at a fashion house has such an effect on someone's life. Obviously, it has effect on a lot of people's lives in different ways. One of the main reasons I'm doing this as well is because I was about to post my vlog from Paris Fashion Week because I attended the Balenciaga fashion show, the last ready-to-wear show from Demna on Sunday the 9th of March, and I have my vlog ready to go, and I was like, I can't fully post this vlog to YouTube without addressing the situation first. Like, I thought it'd be weird to put that vlog up. So that vlog is coming on Sunday. I would love it if you watched it. And this video, I felt like had to come before it because I would feel weird posting that without addressing what's happened and what's happening. So I'm reading here from an article from Vogue Business, and it says, fashion's biggest question has at last found its answer. Gucci's new artistic director is Demna. Balenciaga's creative director since 2015, Demna was today announced as the new creative lead at Gucci in a statement from Kering Group, parent to both houses. His creative power is exactly what Gucci needs, said Kering's chairman and CEO, François-Henri Pinault. I don't know if I said that good. The 43-year-old Georgian-born designer will oversee his final couture show at Balenciaga on 9th of July before decamping to Italy's largest luxury house, where he'll work in partnership with Gucci CEO Stefano Cantino. Demna's successor at Balenciaga will be named in due course, Kering indicated. Demna said, I'm truly excited to join the Gucci family. Demna said in the release, it is an honour to contribute to a house that I deeply respect and have long admired. I look forward to writing together with Stefano and the whole team a new chapter of Gucci's amazing story. So Erto sent me the post yesterday and I was just like, gag. Because every season, everyone always complains about the latest Balenciaga collection and is always like asking like, when is he going to leave and all this. It's like, we know that he signed a contract with Kering for 10 years and obviously in our minds we were like, he's going to be at Balenciaga for another 10 years, but they have many houses within the Kering umbrella. Demna turned Balenciaga into one of those household names. Like, not a lot of people outside of the fashion industry knew of Balenciaga before Demna. I remember reading somewhere that they expected Demna to turn Balenciaga's profits to like 200 million a year or something, and then it became like 1.7 billion, which is insane. So on paper, he's definitely qualified to take over a brand like Gucci, and it's going to be so interesting. My initial reaction is excitement. I am so excited for a new chapter in Demna's career. Like, I've been a fan of Demna obviously since Vetements, and then when he took over at Balenciaga, that made my love for Balenciaga like skyrocket, and I just connect so much to the designs, the style, Demna's way of thinking, and have adapted it into my style so much over the years as well. Like, it really influences me a lot in the way that I dress. And I think some people have been confused over the years because they're like, oh, you just love Balenciaga because it's a brand. And it's like, well, no, actually, I like Demna's design. And so if he's going to Gucci, then I'm probably going to enjoy what he does at Gucci. So I'm very intrigued. Although over the past 12 hours, I've seen a lot of AI slop of people putting in like, what would Balenciaga look like if it was at Gucci and all that. And they give you some AI images that look awful. I think people get confused between the Balenciaga house code. So Demna like fully well adapted Cristobal's ideas and ethos behind design into and worked them into his own like so seamlessly. So there's a lot of elements from Balenciaga shows like the couture and the ready to wear that people think are Demna's, but Demna's referencing Cristobal. So I don't think that Demna will take those ideas from Cristobal, like the hourglass shapes and the structure of the gowns and stuff like that. Like, I don't think that he will take the Balenciaga isms into Gucci, but it'll be interesting to see if he takes house codes from Gucci and uses them. And I'm sure he will, and he'll interpret them in his own way. So yeah, I'm excited. I've been to 6 of Demna's Balenciaga shows, and for me, like, obviously there's 2 a year, and it's like a very big event in my life. Like, I'm always so honored to be invited. So happy to have met 2 incredible friends, Erto and Fabio, from us just going to the shows and talking, and to then staying with each other every time in Paris, hanging out the whole time. Like, we have such a good time. Like, it's our own little Balenciaga crew. And that has been incredible. It got really emotional in the group chat last night. It was like, are we still going to be friends? And it's like, yes, of course we're going to be friends. Like, we've met up in Berlin, we've met up in Brussels, like, we've met up outside of Balenciaga shows. So of course we're still going to keep in touch and stay friends. And who knows, we might start going to the Gucci shows in the future. That would be incredible. But yeah, everything's just kind of like up in the air right now. Like, our kind of thoughts and questioning last night in our group chat was like, okay, so Demna's last show is going to be couture, and honestly that's going to be iconic, and it would be incredible to attend the Balenciaga couture show to say a final farewell to Demna at Balenciaga and close the book on an incredible almost 10 years for him there. But yeah, seeing a couture show in the salon would be like the icing on top to a beautiful period of my life. It has been a crazy journey as well. Like, the whole world went from gagging over Balenciaga to hating it, and I've stuck through them thick and thin. Like, through hell or high water, I have stuck to my guns. And yeah, I think that's what annoys me about people on the internet when they say like, oh, you just like it because it's a brand, or it's like you're just hopping on trends and stuff. And it's like, well, do you think I would have stuck with them through all of these years if I didn't genuinely love what Demna does as an artist? Like, people have favorite singers, people have favorite sports teams. Like, Demna is that for me, Fabio and Erto. Like, he is our favorite artist. Like, it just happens to be that the art is clothes. So it just really frustrates me when people have such a closed mind in that sense. I think because clothes, everyone wears clothes, it gives everyone like an opinion to talk about it, and it just all gets very confusing when some people don't see clothing as a form of expression, you know? Honestly, this video is just going to be all over the place because that's where my head's at. So yeah, so a lot of the questions in our group chat last night were like, okay, but Demna has a whole team of designers, he has his team of like PR, he has his team of assistants, like he has a close-knit team. Like, will they all be going to Gucci as well? Does everyone that's at Gucci now get fired? Like, do they just scoop everyone up from Balenciaga and move them across? Like, what is the tea? Like, I feel bad because a lot of other like fashion houses go through this constantly. Like Gucci, Valentino, Donatella's just stepped down from Versace. Like, people moving all the time at Chanel, Dior, Fendi. Like, they have this constantly. Whereas we've been quite fortunate in that Demna's just been at Balenciaga for like 10 years. So for us, we've just been like, that's cool. Like, we don't have to worry about any of this like upheaval, because like I'm a content creator and I work with a lot of like fashion and fragrance brands as well. Like, I remember talking to the girls from Gucci Fragrance, and they say it is quite stressful when a creative director changes, because all the branding changes. Or like, if you remember Alessandro at Gucci, like, it was maximalist to the nines, to the tens even, and there's print and flowers everywhere. But obviously when the next creative director came in at Gucci, it was all very minimal, and they chose like red as their hero color and stuff. So like, all of the packaging for beauty and fragrance starts changing, all of the stores start changing. And then that brings me on to Demna at Gucci. Like, what are the Gucci stores going to look like now? Are they going to look like the Balenciaga stores? What do the Balenciaga stores look like now? Because they're all like brutalist, open spaces. Like, and it's just so confusing that like someone's creative vision gets, you know, like upheaved and just not plonked on another one, because I definitely think there's been months and months of discussions over this and over who will take the helm of Gucci, because it is a huge undertaking. Like, Demna has a lot on his plate, let's just say that. I mean, I have no doubt in his ability, but for any one person, that's a huge task. Gucci is a behemoth of a brand, and also other Gucci clients going to be happy to see people like me, Fabio and Erto, like heading into the Gucci store, and like, yeah, everything is up in the air and it's very, very confusing. But it is sad because it is an end of an era at Balenciaga. Now, what happens to Balenciaga in the future? My ideal situation would be Martine Rose to take over at Balenciaga, because she used to work with Demna on his design team at Balenciaga. I love Martine Rose. As a designer, her collections are always incredible. I do feel like that would be the most logical and best direction for Balenciaga. It would make me still be interested in Balenciaga as a brand. Now, they do like shocking people and flipping everything on its head, so they might go in a complete different direction to just shake things up even more. But that would be sad, because that would probably make me lose interest in Balenciaga as a brand, depending on who takes over. And then, yeah, Demna at Gucci, like, it's crazy. I personally, for the direction that he's been going in at Balenciaga, he has come out, there's been a statement saying that it's going to be nothing that he's done at Balenciaga. So that makes me confused because I feel like Demna himself has a very particular way of doing things, and I don't know if he would just throw that all out of the window for Gucci. When people think of Gucci, they think of like the monogram, the flashiness, but I think they think of Alessandro's Gucci. I don't know if they think of, I think that's what jumps to people's mind, because that's what our generation had for so long. Like, Gucci was the hottest brand for such a long time. This is the way the world works and the fashion industry works as well. It's like, you can't be the hot brand all the time. Like, what is it right now? Is it Miu Miu? Is Miu Miu like the top of the hot brand list? It might be there for a while and then it will drop off and something else will take its place. Hopefully Demna's Gucci. But that's why like Balenciaga was so cool for so long, and then it had to end. Like, it had to come to a moment where it wasn't the hot brand anymore, because that's just the way things are. Everything is a pendulum. Like, it's going to swing so far your way, and then at some point it has to start swinging back. There has to be a balance. So are we surprised that Demna is moving on from Balenciaga? No, not at all. He's been there for so long. He did an incredible job. He literally changed the landscape of the fashion industry. So I think regardless of your opinion about what you think is cool and what is not cool or whatever, you can't deny the fact that that man took the helm of Balenciaga and changed it to a multi-billion-dollar company, which is incredible. I have no doubt that he will make a statement at Gucci, potentially change the fashion industry again. Sorry, I've been rambling, but I don't know if this is concise. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So basically, people are putting out this AI slop, right? And it doesn't look good. But we actually have reference images. So when Gucci and Balenciaga did the hacker project, it was in Clone's 22 collection for Balenciaga, where Demna got access to Gucci's house codes and monograms and everything. It's kind of an insight as to what Demna was able to do with access to the Gucci house codes. What I keep seeing is people posting Alessandro's version of the hacker project, which is when he had access to the Balenciaga house codes. So I'm seeing a lot of like sequin hourglass blazers with like Balenciaga like written all over them in like the way that Gucci is. And I just don't think that is what's going to happen, because that was Alessandro's vision with the Balenciaga house codes, and obviously Demna's vision with the Gucci house codes was very different. I'm hoping, I mean, in my ideal world, it would be more Clones 22 Hacker Project vibes from Demna's side. But knowing Demna's previous design experience, working at Margiela and at Louis Vuitton and stuff like this, I do see it going down more of Demna's way of doing things rather than Alessandro or Cristobal. Kind of just spiraling, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. I would love to know what you thought of the news when you heard it. Obviously, I'm a huge, as someone said online, a Demna bootlicker, which I guess is true. I'm a fan, so sue me, whatever. I'm unashamedly a fan. But yeah, so now is the time to pick up your Balenciaga Demna pieces, because it's an end of an era, basically. And that's the tea. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Watch my Paris vlog of the last Balenciaga ready-to-wear collection. And I hope you enjoy. So, yeah. Bye.